Take a deep breath and let it all go. Let the weight of the day melt from your shoulders, Feel the quiet settle in around you, like a warm blanket. The room is still, the air is soft, And in the distance, imagine the sound of slow, steady ticking like a heartbeat, echoing through stone. Our story tonight begins in old Prague, where time once moved a little differently. At the edge of the city square, beside a glowing lantern, lives an old clockmaker named Emil. Every evening, as stars begin to shimmer. Above the cathedral spires, Emil climbs a narrow spiral staircase. His hands are gentle, his steps slow. Inside the tower waits the ancient clock, its face glittering with golden suns and tiny moons. This, they say, is no ordinary clock. Its gears are said to grant dreams more time, winding them softly. Drawing the night a little longer, just enough for one more wish. As Emil turns the key, you can hear it. Click, clack, time stretches. Like honey in candlelight, and your thoughts begin to drift. Slow and sweet, just listen. To the slow rhythm of ticking, let it match your breath. In and out. Each moment, softer than the one before, each second, another step deeper into rest. Our story continues. Above the rooftops of old Prague, the air is cool and crisp. Tonight, a silver fog curls through chimney smoke. And cobblestone alleys echo with nothing but the hush of wind brushing mossy stone. Somewhere in the distance, a cat paws through frost-covered ivy, but here in the high clock tower, only time dares to move. The walls are round, lined with dark wooden beams, carved long ago by forgotten hands. There are candle stubs and iron holders, melted low their flames, flickering like whispers. The smell of oiled brass and ink lingers in the air. Old. Emil rests his hand on the great pendulum. He doesn't rush. He never has. He believes. As his father once told him that time should be wound with care, Emil's hands are worn, creased like parchment. Steady as winter birds in his little satchel tied with velvet cord are 5 silver keys each, one for a different chamber of the clock. Not all of them are visible. Some are tucked behind spinning wheels. Others hidden beneath mirrored dials that reflect the stars. Tonight, he chooses the 4th key. He steps up a creaking wooden ladder, his breath slow and white in the cold above him. Brass arms turn across a midnight blue dial. Zodiac constellations shimmer beneath a veil of dust. This is the astrolabe chamber. It doesn't tell time like other clocks know. This one listens to the sky. Emil believes, as his grandfather once did, that each star whispers a wish, but only if the gears are quiet enough to hear them. So he turns the key slowly. Click. We're hum. The chamber awakens. The sun disk slides left, and the moon rises from the dial's horizon. It's almost full tonight, and that means dreams will be especially vivid. He smiles. Little he knows someone somewhere in the city is falling asleep right now, and their dream will stretch longer, sweeter because of this. Below, the square is quiet. Shutters are drawn, lamps flicker out. One by one, a baker dreams of warm bread that sings, a child dreams of snow that glows, and a lonely seamstress dreams of her mother's laughter. Emil doesn't know their names. He doesn't need to. All he needs is the rhythm of the gears. Tick-tock wish. He descends the ladder and enters the 2nd chamber, the oldest part of the tower. Here, behind a heavy velvet curtain, sits a globe that doesn't spin. Instead, it floats. Suspended by thin copper threads, humming softly, this globe shows time. Not in hours, but in heartbeats. Each pulse, each beat of this curious sphere represents a sleeping dreamer in the city below. It glows gently blue. Pink golden pulses, like fireflies dancing through fog. Emil reaches out, lays his hand gently on the globe, and for just a moment, he listens. 1,000 tiny heartbeats. Slow. Safe. Steady, it comforts him because he knows. His work is not forgotten, even if no one sees him climb these stairs, even if the city never thanks him. They feel it in the stillness, in the sweetness of dreams that don't run out too soon. He lights another candle. The flame curls around the wick like a sleepy cat. Then he pulls out a book bound in cracked leather, its cover marked with silver stars. This is the wishing ledger, and tonight, it's time to record not words exactly, no. Emil writes in symbols, old ones learned from the Clockmakers Guild. It's passed down from whisper to whisper. Each symbol he draws glows faintly on the page. A spiral for a child's peaceful sleep, a star for clarity, a feather for comfort, a tiny hourglass for those who need a little more time to say goodbye. You don't need to understand the marks. They're not meant to be read. They're meant to hum beneath the surface of thought, like lullabies, sung through gears and moonlight as you listen. Let one of those symbols be for you. Maybe the spiral, maybe the feather. It's already been drawn. It's already waiting outside the tower. Outside, the sky shifts. A shooting star trails across the rooftops. The bell in the cathedral rings once, then stops. Even sound seems to pause. Inside the topmost chamber, the one few ever entered, the final gear turns. It's massive, golden and shaped like a sunflower. It only moves at midnight. But when it does, the dream tide begins. That's what Emil calls it, the moment when the clock sends its gentle pull across the sleeping city's lowing time, not with force, but with kindness. For a few sacred minutes, dreams become realer than waking. Wounds close. Questions soften. Lost things are remembered again. Maybe someone finds a letter in a dream they never got to send. Maybe a long-lost voice returns for just one moment. Maybe sleep feels like flying. The clock cannot grant wishes, but it can give them space, and time and warmth. Now, Emil closes the wishing ledger. He gently locks each chamber again, one key at a time, not hurried, not loud. He descends the steps, his candle flickering lower. The wind outside whispers through the bell slats. It almost sounds like singing, and as Emil steps out onto the rooftop balcony, he leans on the old stone rail. Watching the city lights twinkle below, he closes his eyes, makes a wish of his own. No one will ever hear it, but the clock will. The stars will, and maybe you will too, because now, your body feels heavy in the best way, like you're sinking into a cloud made of memory and night air, like the sound of ticking is holding you together. Soft, stand still. Let it hold you. Let it rock you. Let the wishing gears turn on your behalf. Emil will take care of the rest. And now, as the old clock tower sleeps once more, let yourself drift, like mist curling through an empty street. Slow, weightless, safe. Our story drifts to a quiet attic tucked beneath the tower's eaves, where Emil keeps a box he's never opened, not in many, many years. It's wrapped in soft green velvet, tied with a thin silk ribbon. Tonight, for no reason at all, he lifts the lid. Inside are old dream notes left behind by apprentices long gone. Folded slips of parchment with childish handwriting, which is like, I want to fly over the sea in a silver balloon? I hope my papa returns from the mountain. I dream of a library where the books whisper. Emil reads them one by one. His eyes glisten a little in the candlelight. He does not laugh. He does not scoff. He believes in each of them, because he knows some dreams are not made to come true in daylight. They bloom best in the dark. They open in sleep. It's like night-blooming jasmine. Let your own dreams rise now, softly, without effort. Like paper lanterns lifting into a midnight sky, there's nothing to hold on to. It's nothing to chase. Just let go. Breathe in the scent of old paper, brass polished by time. It's distant rain brushing the rooftops of Prague. You are safe. You are far above the world now, tucked inside the gentle workings of a tower that listens. Each breath you take winds the gear just a little further. Each thought that floats away makes space for another featherlight moment of peace. Listen, can you hear it? Tick, tock. Wish. The wishing gear turns again, and this time it turns for you. Emil, now back in his favorite leather chair beside the hearth, pulls a heavy woolen blanket over his knees. He stares into the fire, its embers, crackling like old lullabies. Beside him, a small bronze sphere ticks softly. A personal timekeeper gifted to him by his first mentor. It doesn't count hours, it counts stories. And tonight it begins to glow faintly, as if acknowledging yours. Yes, your story. Not to be solved or explained. It's not to be understood, only to be held. In this room, this clock, this quiet waiting city, are holding it with care, cradling it like a dream wrapped in velvet and sky. You're floating now, in a place between thought and sleep, between gear and breath, between starlight and silence. There's a comfort here that doesn't ask questions, doesn't demand answers. It simply offers rhythm, gentleness, space. So let go just a little more. Release the last thread of tension. Let it unravel into the clockwork sky. You are exactly where you need to be, and time will wait for you. Because tonight the old clockmaker turned the wishing gear, not for the city, not for the tower, but just for you. And as the final candle melts into sleep, the tower exhales a long, low sigh of peace through its ancient beams. The stars above don't blink. They beam, wide-eyed and knowing. They've seen this before, and they'll see it again. But this moment, this exact moment, belongs to your breath, your stillness, your wish. Let the tick become silence. Let the silence become sleep. You are loved, you are safe. And somewhere in the quiet corners of Prague, a clock still turns. Just for you. The threads glide through Eleanor's fingers, smooth as water, light as breath. The loom hums softly, its rhythm like a heartbeat beneath the earth, and slowly. She begins to understand. She is not weaving pictures. She is weaving memory. Not hers alone, but memory carried in the land, in the stone, in the bones of the forest, in the breath of the wind. Each thread a soul. Each color, a lesson. The blue tells of longing. The red of courage. The gold of light that never fades. And as she weaves, her tapestry begins to mirror her own life, not in events, but in feeling. The nights she cried softly under heavy quilts woven in threads of pale rose, the mornings she climbed trees barefoot and brave. Stitched in sunlit green dot, the lonely moments, the wild joys, the hush between words, all of it. Woven, preserved, cherished. Across from her, the older weaver watches, not with eyes alone, but with knowing, and then she speaks. When you return to your waking world, she says, you will remember the loom, you will remember the thread, and you will know that everything you feel, everything you are, is worthy of being woven. No pain is wasted. No joy forgotten. The tapestry always remembers. The golden glow around them begins to soften, like embers falling into hush. The walls fade, the loom fades, and Eleonora, their hands full of light and story, turns not with a jolt, but with a sigh. Breath so soft, so deep, that the candle in the turret barely flickers. She is once again in the round room. The tapestry before her complete, the image glows, the lake, the girl, the ivy, and the loom beneath the earth. It is all there, and yet it is only the beginning. She sets down her shuttle, smooths her palms over the threads, and leans back, allowing her breath to deepen, letting the silence wrap around her. Silence not empty, but full of dreams, stories, and the knowledge that what she has woven tonight will sleep. Beside those who need it most, not all tapestries are hung on walls. Some are stitched into souls. Now, dear listener, let the hush settle into your bones. You are safe now. You are warm. You are wrapped in threads of golden light. In the quiet rustle of ivy leaves, inhale, and feel the tapestry being gently woven around you. A tapestry made of peace, of stillness, of softness that asks nothing from you, but to rest. Exhale, and let the shuttle pass. From wakefulness to sleep, from tension to surrender, from now to dream. There's nothing more you need. To do, you have arrived. You are already dreaming. Let the loom hum in the distance. Let the candle flicker. Let the breeze through the stone window soothe your skin. The story is complete. The tapestry is whole, and you may rest now forever wrapped in the tapestry of dreams. Asterisk, let your breath soften now. Let your eyes become just a little heavier. There is no need to hold the day anymore. Let it slide from your shoulders like a velvet cloak. Breathe in softly, as if the air itself were silk drifting across your skin. Breathe out gently and feel your body begin to settle into stillness, into hush. You're safe here. There are no clocks, no noise, only stories, and the hush between them. And tonight, your mind will wander. Not far, but just far enough, back to the old stone castle. The turret where tapestries glow in candlelight. And the girl with thread-stained fingers who dreamed as she wove, her name is Eleonora. And though she once wove only within those turret walls, tonight something calls her beyond them. Something rare, something old, something whispered. Through the roots of dreams. Because tonight, under a crescent moon, the dream market has returned. Only those whose dreams have been woven into golden thread can follow the path to St. Aveline. It began with a feather, not a quill, not from any bird she recognized. It was pale blue, with golden veins, and soft as breath. Eleonora found it resting on her windowsill one twilight. No note, no footprint, just the feather and a stirring in her chest, as if a thread had just been tugged. She picked it up, and something strange happened. The loom. Not in memory, not in ritual, but now, as if waking from a long slumber. Its golden thread shimmered toward the window, curling gently, like smoke that longed to become wind, and she knew. The market had returned. She'd only heard stories. Whispers passed down through spinning wheels and herbal kitchens, a place that appears once every 7 crescent moons, but never in the same meadow. A place where dreams are traded like coins, where lullabies are bottled in glass, where memories too heavy for the heart are folded like scarves and handed. To the firelight, the dream market of St. Aveline. Some say it was founded by a blind bard who could hear people's dreams in their footsteps. Others say it was grown from a seed dropped by the moon. Whatever its truth, Eleonora had waited her whole life to believe it might be real. And now, the threads were calling her. She packed only what was needed. One spool of moongold thread, one vial of time oil for courage, and her grandmother's sleeping bell, a tiny silver charm said to ring only when one walks between dreams. Then, barefoot as a whisper, she stepped beyond the gates. The castle did not stop her. It seemed to nod, silently, as if it had been waiting to. Outside, the night was hushed. Even the crickets dared not sing. She walked the old sheep path first, then veered off toward the thistle fields, past the broken arch, where wild roses grew in secret. There, between 2 elder trees, she saw it, the thread, thin as spider silk, gleaming with a soft, pulsing light. It drifted on the air, like a breeze that had forgotten which way to blow. She followed. The forest thickened, but never grew dark. Fireflies lit the way, blinking in steady rhythm like the ticking of a dream clock. The trees seemed to lean inward, not to frighten, but to listen. And the ground beneath her feet grew soft as velvet, not mud, not moss, something older. The stuff of woven dreams. She walked for minutes or hours. Time here had no edges. And then she heard it music, but not from any instrument she'd ever known. It sounded like the hush of wool through hands, like the sigh of a book being closed, like water being poured onto silk, and over it, voices, whispering, bartering, welcoming. The trees opened, and there it was. Now pause, dear dreamer. Let your breath deepen again. Inhale slowly. Let your imagination walk beside Eleonora. Can you feel the forest air? Ow. It smells faintly of clove and morning mist. Can you hear the dream market ahead? Soft voices, like feathers brushing parchment. Let the hush cradle you. You are not watching from afar. You are with her. You are part of the story. You are safe in the velvet, beautiful. Let us continue the journey. The path glows faintly. Beneath your feet, in the hush of the dream market of St. Aveline, welcomes you in. The dream market of St. Aveline, either. Its market is not loud, it sings in hushes, soft rustling fabric, glass clinking like distant stars. The flutter of paper spells being folded and slipped into pockets. And everywhere, warm amber glow, neither fire nor moonlight, but something in between. The stalls are made of branches bent into arches, covered in lace spun from spider silk and dream dust. Some have glowing lanterns, others flickering candles cradled in seashells. No gold passes hands. No coin seal inks dot here. The currency is different. A lullaby hummed from memory, a forgotten smell. From childhood, a tear held on the tip of a feather, and still. It all feels peaceful, not like a marketplace. More like a song that drifts between trees and gathers gentle things along the way. Eleonora steps carefully through the stalls. She passes a woman in blue robes with silver buttons, selling tiny bottles of laughter captured from children's dreams. They fizz and sparkle when you hold them, and make the air smell faintly of honey and warm linen. Next, a tall man with a stitched eye patch, his table covered in wind chimes made from pieces of moonglass. They don't ring when wind passes through. Only when someone nearby is falling in love, she pauses there, but does not linger. The golden thread in her palm is still tugging gently, guiding her. Deeper into the market, a trio of crows in miniature top hats are selling silence wrapped in parchment and tied with twine. A soft-voiced baker offers dreams in the shape of pastries, a tart filled with courage, a muffin that melts regret, a sugar-dusted bun that gives you your favorite childhood. Memory for exactly 7 minutes. Eleonora's breath catches. It's all so strange, so beautiful, so familiar, as if she has walked here before. Then a bell rings, faint in silver. She looks down. It's the charm, her grandmother's sleeping bell, ringing on its own, only when walking between dreams. She is in the heart of it now, and the market. Knows she's here. A voice rises behind her, warm, cracked like old wood but gentle as a lullaby. A weaver, she turns. An old woman wrapped in shawls the color of midnight. Her stall is simple, no wares. Just one thing, a loom, not unlike Eleonora's, but older. Worn smooth, still, and waiting. You've brought thread, the woman says, her eyes twinkling like tea with honey, and dreams woven into your breath. Eleonora nods. Though she doesn't remember saying a word, the woman gestures to a stool. Sit, child. Tonight, the market will not ask what you wish to buy, but what you wish to let go. Eleonora sits. The market eashed, ish, and the loom begins to whisper. Now breathe again, dear one.
Oh.
Let the hush of the dream market settle gently over you. You are sitting beside Eleonora. You feel the old wood of the loom beneath your fingertips. You hear the soft brushing of thread through errant, the lullaby of the marketplace beyond. The thread in your own mind begins to loosen, not unravel, just soften. What would you let go if you were here? Let that thought float. Not needing to answer, just letting it drift like golden dust. Inhale. Feel the warm hum of the loom. Exhale. Feel your body grow heavier, as though dreams are weaving you into the earth itself. Now, let us return to the thread. And so, we drift into the final hush of our tale. The threads are ready, the market is quiet, your breath is slow and soft. Let us return now to the dream market of St. Aveline, where Eleonora's final tapestry is waiting to be woven. The dream market of St. Aviel Anitha. Old woman says nothing more. She doesn't need to. The loom begins to hum softly under Eleonora's hands. Even though she hasn't moved, the threads shimmer threads she hadn't seen before. They hover in the air, gentle as fireflies, spinning themselves into the weft. Eleonora places her fingers on the shuttle and breathes in. What emerges from the loom is not a picture. It is a feeling. The warmth of her mother's arms, wrapped in thick wool by the hearth on a snowy morning. The scent of rosewater and ash, the way her grandmother used to hum while boiling thyme for fevers. The soft creak of floorboards when her father paced at night, not in worry, but in thought, and the bitter sadness of watching the castle gates. Close after her sister married and left, these memories drift like light into the thread. Some happy, some heavy, but all, true and all, is ready to be laid down. The loom does not judge. It only weaves. It only holds what the heart no longer needs to carry alone. And when the final pass of the shuttle glides through, the thread stops glowing, and the tapestry is complete. It is not large, does not need to be, just enough for Eleonora to press her hand against it and feel her breath come easier, as if something inside her had been gently folded, smoothed, and placed somewhere soft. The old woman nods once, proving, "You've made space now," she says softly. "Means something new may come." She holds up the tapestry in both hands and then she releases it. The tapestry floats upward, not falling, not flying, but drifting toward the tops of the trees. It vanishes like breath in winter. Elenishes, but she is not sad. She feels. Lighter around her, the dream market slowly begins. To fade not in a rush, not like waking from a dream with a jolt, but like fog retreating before sunrise. The music softens. The lanterns dim, the crows tip their hats and vanish into leaves, and the golden thread in her palm has become a single braid of starlight, one she will keep, one that will lead her back, should the market ever call again. She walks slowly through the forest once more, the hush still hanging like a lullaby in her bones. By the time she reaches the old arch of roses, the sky has turned from indigo to pale rose. Dawn is near, and in her pocket the sleeping bell rests quiet, silent now, but not asleep, just full now. Dear listener, let your breath settle like Eleonora's did. Soft and steady you have wandered the stalls. Watch the moonlight flicker through threads of memory. You have seen how even the heaviest dreams can be laid down and woven into light. There is nothing more to hold. Tonight, no story left unfinished, no question left unanswered, only the quiet sense that everything you have been has been gently threaded into something whole. Inhale, and feel the hush of the forest within your chest. Exhale, and let yourself rest. Your limbs are heavy now, woven into the softness of your bed, as though you too are part of a sacred tapestry, one meant only for peace, only for rest, only for this moment. Let your breath slow. Let your dreams arrive gently. You are not leaving this story. You're simply drifting deeper into it. The threads will hold you. The hush will cradle you. The dream market will wait. It's just beyond the veil of sleep, and you may rest now forever wrapped in wonder. It's in woven light. Good night.